What's
just
going on?
it's fucking hilarious that every time I press record, I like pause and kind of just look at you because I know you're gonna do that bullshit, and it's kind of funny to expect that
it's
every
the
time.
signature.
Yeah, not your signature though.
No, it's my signature. People
Know it by now.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
All the 60 viewers that come every Saturday.
Yes,
They love
sir.
it.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Outlier Podcast, episode number 35, 36. Who cares? Somewhere around there.
We made too many already.
Yeah,
Why keep count?
we're deep in. Who gives a fuck? As always, we're gonna start off with the Would You Rather. We only have one this week, and Roger's gonna read it out. So go ahead.
Reading it live from the stream. Roger reacts, by the way, on Twitch for now. So Rebel asked, would you rather have all your fingers as long as your legs or all your legs as long as your fingers? Either way, you're looking discombobulated. You're looking silly. I'm gonna have to go with them itty bitty legs.
You know what? I'm gonna have to go with that too. Because
imagine.
Yeah. You'd be looking like a fucking spider or some shit. Like, I don't know. Hell no. You'll look ridiculous, bro.
Ridiculous. And then walking would be.
Yeah. I mean,
because you can kind of hide your lower body.
You can hide it. You see people like that. Well, I feel like most people have seen someone with like missing legs, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not like crazy to see that, but to see someone with fingers as long as your fucking your legs, you've never seen that, you know. So
you've never seen that, and yeah, definitely an outlier.
Yeah, or maybe
I got another one. I got another one.
All right,
which so somebody else put this in the chat, or actually, same person put this in chat, and I've actually answered this on my podcast. Would you rather explore the ocean or explore space?
Are we talking? I'm assuming. Put like, do you mean like discover everything that's, or you just like explore it?
Explore, like, okay. Obviously, because to discover, that's pretty astronomical.
Yeah, right? I think I'm gonna have to go with ocean.
Same.
Because I live here, you know, I want to know what's in the bottom, and it's crazy, right? We've talked about this before. If we only know what 5% of it is really. You know, 95% of it, we have no idea.
Bro, I'm sorry to cut you off. There was literally a UFO in the back of your window.
That was a helicopter, bro.
No, bro, that was a UFO. Chad, did y'all see that?
It's called a ghetto bird, bro.
That was a UFO back there, dude. It's back.
What do you mean, where?
There's a UFO in the back.
Oh.
Anyways, so yeah, most definitely I'm exploring the ocean because, like you said, only 5% of it is discovered. And I'm like, how do you want to go discover the rest of the galaxy? And we don't even know our own Earth, right? And we've had conversation of what can be down there. There's possible other pockets, species, things that we just don't know. There can be like...
Oh, I see it now. Go ahead.
That's a UFO right there. There can be like 100-foot octopus down there, or eels. Octopi. You know it's actually proper octopuses too. It's kind of crazy, right?
So is fish and fishes.
Is it?
Yeah, because fishes is, you could say fishes for different types of fish.
Chad's like, don't get me started with aliens. But yeah, definitely the ocean. And another thing I wanted to say, did you know that in the ocean, the deep parts of the ocean, the seaweed obviously on some of the parts that we've seen the surface, because there's some deeper that we haven't discovered, the seaweed goes up to 30 feet high.
30
Think about
feet.
30 feet. My house, which you've been here, is 2 stories. That's 20 feet. 30 feet high, bro. Picture you're in an at the Amazon jungle with the trees. That's how tall these seaweeds are.
That's crazy, man. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised though, because there's lots of crazy shit, like that one fish with that big ass bulb hanging off the fucking top.
Dude.
And you recently found out that it's the size of like a truck or a bus or something crazy like that. You didn't know that, huh? Most
I
people
didn't
don't
know
know
that.
that either. They just assume it's a normal sized fish.
Yeah, that fish that was a Nemo, right, with the light.
Yeah, yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
even know that
I
existed.
think it's called an
And
angler fish. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong, dude. But yeah,
can you eat those?
I don't know. I mean, if it has meat on it, I hope so. Right? It probably tastes like shit though. All the bullshit it's eating down there.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. That's the last one, right?
Well, somebody just asked, would you rather burn for 10 minutes or drown for 10 minutes? I mean, I think the question is, would you rather burn to death or drown?
10 minutes. Nah, I feel like you could survive 10 minutes being burned.
I think you can survive 10 minutes drowning.
Yeah. So I think you'll survive either way.
Okay. But you don't drown, right?
But no, see, but I think I would rather do the fire one because
Nah.
I think you risk the chance of brain damage underwater if you're too long without oxygen.
I actually don't think you will survive the burning. It really depends because if you get past third-degree burns, there's a part of the tissue in your skin that stops reproducing cells. And so you're dead within the next 24 hours or something like that because your body doesn't heal itself. The reproduction cycle in your
Well,
body
yeah.
no longer works.
If
So
if that's
you'll die.
yeah, if that's correct, I still rather choose death than brain damage.
Hmm.
Yeah, fuck that, bro. Imagine being a vegetable for the rest of your life, shitting
Yeah,
yourself.
that's true.
Nah, I rather die than
Oh, he says basically the pain.
just endure
I
the
would say
pain.
drowning because drowning, you go to sleep.
Yeah, if we're talking about just which pain would you rather endure than drowning, yeah, because
But
you'll have fear for like 15 seconds, whatever it is, and then you pass out, and then you're good.
dude, but drowning is horrific.
Yeah, but
dude.
then you could be like, hey, I'm one of those. What are they? The
Navy SEALs.
Yeah, the Navy SEALs. Be like, I'm one of them. I did that shit on purpose, low key.
You
know?
it's funny. We had that conversation the other day, and I tried to hold my breath just to see how it would feel.
How long did you
No,
last?
bro. I didn't even count, but I was just I really what I did was I exhaled and then closed my mouth because I didn't want to do the whole like let me see how long I can last. But I just wanted to get the feeling of panicking for air.
Yeah.
It's horrific, dude. My brother almost died by drowning.
Oh, so did mine. I don't know if I've ever told you how mine almost died. It's weird because I have you ever have a memory that you feel like it's not real or it's a dream or something? Like you would have to
Yeah.
ask your parents, like, did this actually happen? And I did ask them eventually, and they were like, yeah, this is correct. So basically, we were at like a river type of thing, and I guess everyone was just having fun, and he just kind of strayed away from the group, and went into the like super strong side of the river. Ended up going all like it washed them all the way down, bro, to like the bottom of the rocks and shit. And he was just getting fucking battered with water. And there was a wheel. What are they called? The wheels that spin the water.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, but you guys know what I mean. He got like stuck under that with the water churning hard and like it dumping more water onto him and shit. And so he basically like did drown, I guess, technically. And a few people noticed in time. They ran in or dove in, got him out, and then gave him CPR, and he was fine. But it
Really?
was super close. And I remember as a kid, like just looking down the river and seeing my brother like next to the wheel, and like
What were
but
you
yeah.
thinking? Like, chavato, loco.
Yeah, like retard, I was probably like 4 or 3 or 4 or something like that. He was like 8, 6, 7. I don't know. What about your
My
brother?
my brother and I were at the beach and we were just being daredevils. We wanted to see how far we can go. And I was leading because I was older than him, but I got caught in a hole where like the tide was kind of like pulling me. And so I fought my way out of it, but by the time I got out, I noticed that it pulled him in. And so I tried to go and get him, but it was also pulling me back in. So like I was like, what use would I be if I go in there with him, right? I'm just gonna drown too. So there's this guy not too far away from me, and I was calling him, asking him for help. Instead of coming and helping, he went to go call my mom at the shore of the beach. And my mom, ironically, or coincidentally, yeah, ironically, her boyfriend at the time was there, who was a lifeguard. So he dove in, got my brother. He gave him CPR. A bunch of water came out, but he still had to be rushed to the ER.
To get
And
checked out and all that.
yeah, well, he was unconscious. Like a bunch of water came out, but he didn't come back. And they did
Oh.
they did emergency work on him, and my dad went immediately with my mom, and they told my dad that he was going to be, if he made it, he was gonna have brain damage.
Yeah.
And but he made a full recovery. I think he's a little bit slow, right? But he made it through.
So you didn't make a full recovery.
Nah, he's kind of discombobulated in the head sometimes. But he was purple, and he was like very pale, like his eyelids were purple.
Damn.
Very
And
pale.
you
They didn't-
remember all that?
No. So they didn't allow me to go see that, but my dad and mom were witnesses of that. They told me that. But they didn't allow me to go see him for a week because he needed to make a full recovery. My parents didn't want me to see him like that.
Yeah, man. The fight that your mom and dad must have gotten into.
Oh, my dad was like, man, I wanted to beat her ass.
Yeah, bro. One of your children almost died, and like, what were you doing? Sipping margaritas and shit, you know?
Facts.
That's a tough one, bro.
I'm swinging.
All right, guys, let's get straight into the trending topics for the week. The first one is Brittany Griner. She submitted a appeal to get her 9-year sentence overturned, and sadly, it did not work. And they denied it, and it looks like she's gonna have to sit there for 9 years until we make some type of deal. Which I don't know if that's gonna happen with Biden in office. What do you think about that?
I don't think it's sadly. But no, I mean, I don't think she should serve 9 years.
Come on, bro.
But
Yeah.
she needs to be humbled.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you on that. She needs to be humbled because she was, again, as you guys know, one of those people that talk shit about America and was like, I hate it here. I don't love it, whatever. So she had to be humbled for sure. But I think at this point she learned her lesson, hopefully, right? Imagine she comes home and she keeps running her mouth, you know? But yeah, definitely 9 years for, if you guys don't know, she got caught with like CBD oil or something like that. So
yeah,
obviously not worth 9 years, right? She's not some super big threat or anything like that. So it's I feel like it's just Russia trying to make a statement that, fuck around and we will punish you guys. And sadly, she's gonna have to do 9 years. It looks like 9 years. She was on top of the world, and now she's in a Russian prison hell.
Yeah. I mean, I was just joking. She didn't commit any heinous crimes. Obviously, she's not. She shouldn't have to be spending 9 years in a foreign prison. But it really does depend, right? Like, should Biden really go out of his way to cut a big deal for this chick, right? I do think if we do make a deal, I feel like she owes America like an apology speech of some sort, or like just the appreciation speech of some sort. But I think everything will get resolved. I don't think she serves the 9 years. I'm sticking with she'll be cut off easy.
Do you think that would be because of something like some type of deal we make, or do you think another
Probably.
Deal? Yeah, I hope that happens, because even though I do disagree with what she says and I'm not very fond of her, I still have the sense of camaraderie because she is one of us, so I do want to see our own protected. So hopefully we could get that resolved and she comes home soon, because 9 years dude, you've seen Stranger Things, right? You've seen the Russian prisons, bro. Apparently they're actually very close to that. Like they're shitholes, man, in Russia, apparently. So imagine her over there, right? Like that's got to be horrible, and such a culture shock too, to come from the U.S. to over there. Horrible, man. Speaking of Joe Biden, he passed some type of bill. I don't know what the technical term is, but he basically made it so that people that were incarcerated for marijuana related offenses would be pardoned, and
Yeah.
that ended up not happening. So, well, it went through. What he did went through is just that no one saw any type of benefit from it, right? So no one was released. No one was like, no one really benefited off of it. Nothing happened. So it makes no sense. And I don't know why he would do that if he knew, right? He had to have known that nothing was going to happen, right? So you think it was just kind of like a play to kind of get in good with people and then hope that they didn't check? Or what do you think that was?
We see a lot of false promises when it comes to presidents, right? They promise this, they promise that. The truth is that they don't have complete power.
Yeah.
So it could be that he passed, because I'm not too well read on the whole thing, but it could be that he passed the bill, but that doesn't mean that it gets accepted, because it
Yeah.
has to go through the branches, right? And so if it's made law, and I don't know if it is, but I'm assuming it is, considering, what the post that we saw, if it's considered law, then everybody that pertains to should be relieved from their sentence. But it's not happening, and that's what basically we're at right now. And it's just a false promise. And I think that that's something that he said he was going to prioritize, and it's just not a priority to him. And it just proves his character, and it proves a lot of the presidents do these false promises. So it's kind of like, I'm not surprised, and I won't be surprised if it happens again in the next term. But I do think it will affect him in the next hearing or the next
Election.
election.
Do you think he's going to run again? He's old as fuck, dude. I don't think he has another run in him.
You think?
Yeah, bro. He's old as fuck. I think he calls it quit after this.
I hope so.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know why people voted for him in the beginning. Well, they voted for him because they hate Trump, right? But
oh yeah, I feel like it's always those type of elections for me. Like there's never really anyone I want. It's always like pick your poison type of thing,
Obama was cool. I liked Obama.
I'm honestly, back then I was ignorant on what was going on, so I don't want to say whether I liked him or not, because I don't have knowledge of I was ignorant back then. But yeah, as to your point that you said that lots of presidents do that, like false promises. It's not just presidents, bro. It's mainly all politicians. Like anywhere from your mayor all the way to like your congressman to president, like they all do the same thing. It's a game that they strategically learn how to play, and it's just how to get to the top. You make false promises. That's all it is. That's what politics is nowadays. It's sad.
Yep, you tell the people what they want, and even if you can't fulfill it,
Yeah, I know.
that's what
Just
happens.
tell them what they want to hear. That's it. That's how you win.
Not me though. I'm gonna go ahead and run for 2024.
Yeah.
You
You think Kanye's gonna run in 2024?
Nah, bro. There ain't no way. Like, even if he runs, look at all the stuff that he's doing right now, bro. The guy's going insane. Like,
And that's my next topic is Kanye. He's going off right now. And sorry to cut you off, but go ahead.
No, you're good. I think he's borderline schizophrenic.
Really? So
he definitely has that whole God. What is it? What's
God
it called?
complex?
God complex. He's definitely, and he has anger management issues. Like, he's just all over the place.
Yeah. So I was actually just watching his interview on Lex Friedman, and it's very interesting to hear him speak and to express his thoughts, because I've only ever seen, when he has these like super crazy rants, I've only ever seen like little snippets of what he says, and I'm like, damn, that's fucking crazy. Not to defend him, because a lot of shit that he does say is wrong. He just looks at things so differently than other people. Like, he's just a one of a kind mind. I guess that's why people call him a genius. But if you go watch his interview with Lex Friedman, you'll realize that these things he says, there's a reason why he says them. Not that it kind of explains or pardons what he says, but he has thought behind it. And so I can't get mad at him for that, because he really does do his homework before he says something. And he kind of, he's like a clickbait talker. Like, he'll say something that's crazy ridiculous, that's like clickbait, right? It gets your attention, but then underneath that is like, you know, a whole mass of information that you wouldn't expect. So he's like, he kind of draws you in with crazy statements to give you a point that's much more digestible, you know, not too crazy.
Yeah.
You should watch
things
it, bro.
on Kanye. Kanye West is one of my favorite artists of all time. He's in my top 5. But I would not want him as a politician. I would not want him as a president or anything like that. And to your point, he does see things a lot differently, which makes him unique and which makes him popular, which makes him, you know, the guy that he is today. Because he's also brave enough to put his thoughts into action. But he is kind of ridiculous sometimes. Like, I don't know if you saw the podcast he did with Joe Rogan. Like, there were some times where he got caught and he really just didn't know what to say. That whole time when he went into prayer, because he didn't know what the hell to say. Like, so he doesn't think everything through, but you know, he is a genius in music. I would say so, but other than that, I wouldn't want him anywhere else, in my opinion. But
not even as a friend.
Nah, not as a friend.
Kanye, you could always be my friend, bro.
Bro, the thing is, Kanye, he's very goal centric, and he doesn't really care about you too much.
Nah, he cares about me.
Nah, he don't care about you, bro.
He cares
you
about
see him
me,
yell
bro.
at Chance the Rapper when they
Nah,
were
I
in the
didn't.
studio? Bro, he freaked out on Chance the Rapper in the studio. It's horrible. Don't even look at it. It's cringy.
Yeah, bro. If you like the Joe Rogan podcast, you gotta watch the Lex Friedman one. It's so good, bro, because Lex is such a good interviewer. He's so underrated.
Yes.
He pushes so so much. He pushes back on Kanye so much that it's very interesting to watch him go back and forth. And it's not in a negative way. They're just having a grown up conversation that's very interesting.
Yeah.
And I recommend you guys go check that out, because super entertaining for sure.
Also, Friedman's one of those that's just very in control the way he talks. And he does a good job. He's a great speaker, and you can know because he doesn't change the tempo of his speech. It's very slow. He speaks very articulate, and it doesn't matter if the person's very high in energy or they speak very intensely. He stays the same.
Oh yeah.
I like that guy a lot, dude. But
And-
he's gonna be on my podcast next week, so
And he's a super knowledgeable person, dude. Like super
Yeah.
knowledgeable. He's a nerd, bro. Like in a good way, right? Like he knows so much about so many things that it's hard to kind of pass bullshit by him, you know, because he'll call you out on it. But yeah, you're gonna have him on next week or what?
yeah, I'm having him on next week. I'm gonna test him out.
Okay.
See, you know, what he
Any
thinks on some-
any channels you want to plug real quick before we go?
I do. So I got a brand new channel called Roger Reacts, which I've been pushing content out pretty crazy. I think we're doing 4 uploads a week right now. We're reacting to music. So it's October, so we're doing this whole little spooky season thing. Reacting to conspiracy theories, dash cams, surveillance cams. We're also doing funny videos and a bunch of other stuff. Come check it out. Basically, everything that I do on stream is getting uploaded onto that whole Roger Reacts. So also go check out the stream, Roger Reacts on Twitch. But yeah, guys, appreciate y'all.
All right,
and of
guys.
course the Common Podcast, right, on YouTube. We're not done with that either.
Yeah, all his stuff is gonna be in the description, guys. Again, thank you guys so much for all the views. We've been slowly growing our views weekly, so we really appreciate that. Again, every Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we'll be live with a new episode. You can count on that. And with that being said, guys, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much. Peace.